anybody in the world like that.
And that's why, when it comes to past friendships, it's really their loss, because you know why it's their loss? They will never find a friend who will love them as much.
You know, one thing I hate is a strong word, I know. Sorry about that cutoff, guys. I really don't like relationships where they're unreciprocal. And I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that I'm a Scorpio Venus or something, and Leo Moon, Capricorn Sun. I really don't like unreciprocal relationships because, you know, this is another one of my paintings. I'm really detailed, you see. I literally express and give my all. I pour my heart and soul, and I make sure that is deeply felt and expressed to a person, if that makes sense. So it really feels like a deep soul betrayal after all of the time and energy I've spent, you know, loving a person. I've never been in a relationship, by the way. Never been in a relationship at all, actually. I don't know if it's a Gen Z thing. Me and my twin sister, we haven't done absolutely nothing with a man, if you know what I mean. But we haven't done absolutely anything with anybody at all in our 26 years of living. And so it just feels very intense in how, you know, society is right now in the dating pool, in the dating market. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel a bit guarded because I know myself and I know how deep I'm able to go with a person with matters of the heart. I'm a deeply, deeply sensitive person. Deeply sensitive in the sense on how, like, I deeply express my heartfelt emotions, and I make it my priority to deeply understand and hear and make space and hold space for my partner's emotions, even though I've never been in one before, right? I'm coming in a stage of my life where I really don't like unreciprocal, no give or take, relationships, whether that's through friendships, whether that's through, you know, people that you work with. I do not like people who are half-assed about things, because I'm not a half-assed person, and I would never be half-assed to a person. I would give my all, and I would expect your all in the same in return. But I realize not a lot of people have the capacity to give their all, because there's only so much they can give their all to themselves. There's so much they're able and willing to go deep within for their own selves. And so I just feel like, for me, it's really kind of tough. I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's kind of tough. I do feel like I'm a bit guarded when it comes to love, because, you know, in the past, when it comes to friendships, I used to be a person that, like, cared about being accepted in friend groups. I don't care about that anymore. I'm not a type of person that cares about being in friendships or friend groups anymore, because I value my solitude and my alone time. And so I just feel like friendships don't really matter to me anymore like that. I only have like a few good friends, but I used to like want a huge posse, a huge clique, a huge group of friends, but I don't want that anymore. It's not important. And most of the time, all of that kind of falls away towards the middle and end of your 20s. And so I'm 26, and I only have me and my twin sister and a few couple of friends. But other than that, it's like no one really does it for me anymore. And I have yet to find a person in my life who is on the same energetic wavelength as I am in matters of the heart when it comes to reciprocity, loyalty, passion, you know, prioritizing and nourishing and nurturing each other, you know, give and take energy in a healthy manner, secure attachments, right? Sorry if I'm rambling, I'm just trying to get this out there. I just feel like no one in the world is able to match the depth of my heart and my intensity in the way that I love, in the way I am devoted to the people that I love. I feel like it's like I haven't seen anybody in the world like that.
And that's why, when it comes to past friendships, it's really their loss, because you know why it's their loss? They would never find a friend who will love them as much.
I have to put this on my camera because apparently it died. Hold on 1 second. As we were saying, hold on, old friend groups and people, the way they betrayed me and my twin sister's feelings in her heart, I just want to let them know they'll never ever find a love like me again. They'll never ever find a love like mine.
It's the Scorpio Venus talking, guys. It's the Scorpio
They
Venus
will
talking.
never ever find a love like mine ever again.
It's because
My
when you come
Eros
in,
and Scorpio and her Venus and Scorpio, it's just
when you
Nikki,
come
I'm
in,
going back to
okay.
Bye,
It's
guys.
when you
She'll
come
keep
in with deep intentions, right? When you have sincere, genuine, loving feelings towards the people in your life, and then it's like they betray you. It really, I feel like that causes soul fragmentation. You know what I mean? Here is my art. This is what my art's looking like so far.
It doesn't cause soul fragmentation, Nikki. They don't got that much power.
Well, I know, but it's more of like, it's a very deeply painful experience, especially when you feel a lot. Let me put this right here. I pray and hope to God that this works. Ooh, that's really risky. That's a risky area. I'm gonna just have to bend down. It's like, I don't know, guys. I just deeply I feel a lot. And I just feel like it's really heartbreaking when you come in life and it's like when you meet people and you think that they're sincere, but then in the end, it's like God has a funny, mysterious way of showing you that they're not. You know, I'm just gonna be vulnerable right now. I really do my best to make sure I give attention, care, and love, and support, and devotion to the people that I love that matter to me in my life. And I even extend it with strangers too as well, you know? I have deep respect and care for all human life, right? And I just feel it's a different type of pain when you feel like your kindness is being taken for weakness or taken for granted. And people make these assumptions as if you don't have a form of backbone. Like, that's the crazy part. It's like they make these wild, crazy assumptions, like thinking that you're weak or like it's just crazy. And so, long story short, I just feel like, guys, I feel like nobody can do it for me other than myself. Maybe that's something I need to heal within myself. And this is what this painting is all about. It's about grief and euphoria at the same time. So let me try and show you. It's about grief and euphoria. You know, this painting expresses a lot of emotions I was feeling in 2025. I was an extreme emotional wreck. And, you know, I was feeling moments of grandeur and happiness and like breakthroughs coming in for me. But then there was a lot of sorrow and pain because I was uncovering wounds of wanting to be validated by supposed friends that I thought were my friends in my life, but they weren't my friends at all. And the dynamic of seeing how strangers can support you, and then it's like your friends or the people that you thought were your friends don't support you. And then it's like you see those supposed friends like liking people's stuff on Instagram. It's like you would support them, but they wouldn't support you. And then the painful realization hurts too bad to ever like, it kind of burns you. Sorry if I'm rambling, guys, but you know, the ramble is all right here. The emotional, complex feelings, the entanglements, you know, feeling like you have a secure place in these people's hearts, like these supposed people's hearts, you know. You feeling like you have a secure place, but then the eyes get sparked with realization and clarity, and then the tears start flowing down. you know, the euphoria of being set free and having clarity in your life about relationships, but then the grief of it ending and the grief of the realization that it wasn't really real and it was unrequited love. It was one-sided. And so, and how I process these emotions is by painting. I paint really intensely, as you can see with all the fine detailing here. This is like one of my most complex paintings I've done in my art career so far as an artist. I've done a lot of crying, and it's very vulnerable for me to say that, but ooh, I just hate feeling betrayed. I hate feeling like people think that they can take you for granted, taking your kindness for weakness, taking your support, and then thinking that they could just continue to siphon like your natural love. And see, I support from a genuine place in my heart. And so I've come to realize, I never learned this, guys. I know I'm 26 years old, but it finally dawned on me. You know how people make lists for what you want in a partner, like your relationship dream goals, your dream relationship goals, or something like that, your dream husband, your dream wife, you know, writing down all the qualities and the values, right? I'd never thought to even do that or think about that thought process for friendships. It just never like crossed my mind. I'm trying to figure out ever since I'm in elementary school why I was feeling so isolated. I have my twin sister, but you know, like when you want to be social with people and you have a genuine kind heart, and not from a place of wanting acceptance either, you just genuinely express the kindness out of your heart and just wanting to make friends and like talk to people, and then it's like they can't even meet you a quarter way, and they can't even like provide the same type of reciprocity or feedback how you're giving out. And then it's like you feel kind of like, am I like stupid? But then it's painful because this is your natural expression, but then it's like it's mocked, you know what I mean? We were always mocked as children. I don't know what it is, but I have a genuine pure soul, and I know that about myself, and I no longer will stand for being in relationships or friendships. When I mean relationships, I mean co-workers, colleagues, you know, people, like, you know, environments that you have to collaborate with. I'm not talking about relationships. I've never been in a relationship, by the way. I've said that before, but you know what I mean? I'm just deeply pondering right now, and it's painful, and this is what this painting is just all about. I really tried to express this out on wooden panel. You know what I mean? I really tried to express the intensity of my feelings, and it really, really hurt. I mean, I normally never, we are called Identical Eternal Suns, right? And we normally never paint paintings of sadness or grief, or, you know, we're all about expressing childlike joy and happiness and wondrous feelings, and you know, because I didn't want our artwork to always be about pain and always to be about torture and sadness, like how the greats were, you know, back then, how they always expressed this deep depressive sadness, or their personalities were they were going through tough times back then, these beautiful artists. But me and Nene wanted to trailblaze and do a different light, you know, try and focus on the more positive, more beautiful, amazing, benevolent sides of things in our lives. And so this painting is about grief and euphoria at the same time. That's why I named it Emotional Roller Coaster, and I'm done with it, and it's one of my most complex paintings yet, and I just feel very proud of it so far. It's a lot of details to uncover, especially within the eyes. I'm just no longer going to prioritize or even set myself up to be in these dynamics where I don't have to be. Like, communicating with people or trying to form emotional bonds and connections with people that either don't have my best interest at heart or who cannot withhold the passion and the deep heartfelt feelings I have within myself. I'm no longer going to prioritize relationships with people who cannot withstand my level of passion and my devotion and what I can provide. I just feel like, sorry about that, guys. That was my mom. I would say I'm a secure attachment. Sorry about spilling all this on camera. I just hope there's somebody out there that will kind of understand, like, where I'm coming from. I don't want to be alone in this, you know what I mean? It's just, it really feels like agonizing and painful when you think you meet like sincere connections with people and then it's like you overgive, it's like I don't even know that I'm overgiving at the moment, or you overcompensate, you over like extend your love, your heart, right? And then they don't pour it back into you, like, well, and it's like you try and give them the benefit of the doubt, you try and see the great things about them, but then it starts to feel very disrespectful to your spirit. I'm telling you, it starts to feel like you are abandoning yourself, and then it just feels like you hate just being in this dynamic, and then you cut them off, and then you grieve about it for a long period of time because it's like you were just like, you were sincere from your heart, you were sincere from your soul. And then it's like you realize that these people weren't even meeting you like halfway, damn near even quarter way. You know what I'm saying? It's like I see that I have pattern recognition, and I can see that that's been happening in my life. Like, I'm trying to figure out. It's like I'm the sincere, genuine person in this dynamic, and then the others are not. And I understand there's nuance to it, like people could be jealous or insecure, have hidden animosity, one-sided competition, and all sorts of things, but it's like you, on the other hand, are not even thinking about all that. You just are like saying, like thinking about, oh, this is my friend, oh, this is a person that I enjoy having conversations with, and then it's like, but what really irks me, and I don't know if it's my Capricorn or not, sorry guys, I'm into astrology. When you are loyal to a person and then you expect the same type of loyalty, like that's normal, that's everybody, that's universal, right? Like you expect loyalty and exclusivity when you're in like partnerships, like with, you know, a person, or like, you know, loyalty and honesty with friendships and things like that, and just basic respect and human decency. It's like, it just really irks me when it's like you are being the cheerleader for a person that you thought were your friend. And that's why I say thought, because you end up having a realization that they weren't your friend at all. And you were just overextending and overgiving. And then what cracks me up and fries me the fucking most is when they get shocked energetically that you pulled your energy back. Like they were siphoning your kindness and your love and your generosity and your real human spirit of just being loving towards this person. You're taking your support for granted and not even reciprocating back. I realize because A, they don't want to reciprocate back, and B, it's just, that's just who they are, and that's just how they're treating you, because that's just how they really feel about you. But then when you take your energy back, it's almost as if some of them act shocked, some of them don't want to take accountability for how they made you feel in the relationship, like whether that's partnership or friendship or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just so disgusting. I don't know what that is with humans, like What did you expect? Like being shocked, like because I pulled my energy away from you because I had the realization that you were disrespecting me and you didn't prioritize or value the relationship that I thought we had. And it brings you a lot of grief because you were sincere from your soul. That's just what this painting expresses, guys. This is my painting called Emotional Roller Coaster. This is what this is all about. This is what it expresses. I'm sorry, hold on, let me see. I really spilled my heart out, hoping that a soul out there will understand where I'm coming from, but no longer will I entertain people who do not just, who are just, don't pour into you back, who are either transactional or who don't value reciprocity. Okay, so that's all I have to say for now. Bye, guys. Love you. Bye.